What is very important about folklore is it is not a national discipline, not a restricted realm. It is always international, and it is very important that we know what is happening in the other parts of the world, that we know about the traditions of each other. So it is just such a positive experience to see how lively is the folkloristics in this part of the world.
This SAARC conference, folklore conference, has been very historical, especially since it's organized by a literary foundation under the leadership of Ms. Ajit Kaur. It has brought many important scholars from the 7 countries, and the interactions have been very, very productive, very creative, and the meeting of the people here and future plans have been very, very well discussed.
I have attended this conference for the entire duration. What struck me is that both underlying this seminar as well as underlying this institute is connectivity. Connectivity is the one thing that all participants believed in, and in different ways tries to associate themselves with one another and connect not only people but also ideas and discipline.
I have been invited here to the folk festival to speak about martial art traditions in India, their glorious past and the neglected present. I was interested in this topic as a classical dancer because I believe that we owe a lot to these crude forms of combat, from which a lot of dance idiom which we are seeing today are derived.
I was really happy that the doors of SAARC as a very able organization has been opened to cultural studies, particularly folklore studies, because it seems it still is the most neglected subject, not only in our country, in the SAARC countries also. In that sense then, this has been one of the best beginnings, and I hope this should result in more and more meetings, more and more exchange of thoughts, so that we create an environment of not uniting these countries at the political level, at the other levels, but also at the level of culture.
I work to develop handicrafts, both for sustaining livelihoods and to continue with our cultural heritage. Our craftspeople who work in folk cultures and rural cultures, they are the carriers of that beautiful heritage which has a lot of meaning, both nourished by women as well as through economic need. This workshop and this seminar and the conference and the people over here are all sharing various facets of this kind of experience, where in our countries, in the SAARC countries, we have such a huge, rich cultural heritage, especially in folk cultures, mostly where there are countries that depend on agriculture and pastoral communities. These sort of cultural heritages are maintained, not like the industrialized world, and I think it's time we recognized and consolidated what we have to show that there is a huge value system and rich cultural treasures which this part of the world can offer everybody.